Hello, my name is Oksana and this video is going to be about food. These are my favorites and fails. Basically, I've been saving my wrappers and boxes from the past several months so that I can share it all with you. And I do try to eat as little as I can of processed foods, and most of these, of course, are processed foods because, you know, they come in boxes and things and I didn't make them all from scratch. But, you know, it's impossible to avoid them 100%, at least for me. So I thought I would share with you things that I've tried. And these are all, except for one, they're all gluten-free. I'm not gluten intolerant, but I am trying to cut down on the amount of gluten I eat just from some things that I've read about it. So I'm going to start with this pasta. This is the, oh boy, tinkyada pasta, the one with the bunny on it. And they make a lot of pasta, a lot of rice pastas. You've probably seen them. I've seen this brand everywhere, but this is the first time that I've tried their spaghetti. This is the white rice spaghetti, and I believe that is the only ingredient in here. White rice and water are the only two ingredients. And, ooh, I thought this was organic. This isn't organic, which was an accident. I usually try to purchase all organic things. So next time I'll have to look, because I know some of their pasta is organic because I've bought it before. But basically, I like this better than wheat pasta, to be honest with you. I really like rice pasta in general, and this I thought was fantastic. I thought it tasted so good and I loved it. The reason about white instead of brown, they also have brown rice. That's a tricky thing for me because brown rice is more nutritious, so it's better for you in that sense. But also, all rice, it doesn't matter, organic, whatever, that part doesn't matter. All rice concentrates arsenic in the little rice grain just by its nature. You know, you can have whatever plant and then rice and the same amount, you know, of arsenic in the water just because everything's so polluted now. There's arsenic, you know, in your tap water and all that stuff, just so little that it doesn't have an effect on you. But rice actually will take that all out and concentrate it and like save it in the grain, so it becomes dangerous because in other plants it just kind of moves in and out of it and it's not a problem. But in rice, it actually, you know, keeps the arsenic and concentrates it, and, you know, every time you water it or it rains or whatever, it'll, you know, get the arsenic from there. And so it's a little bit questionable about eating tons of rice for me. You know, this is obviously a personal thing. I'm not trying to tell you not to eat rice. And white rice actually concentrates a little bit less arsenic than brown, so I used to always eat brown rice exclusively, but then after I learned this, I was like, maybe I should eat some white rice since it has a little bit less, even though it's less nutritious also. But overall, I try not to eat a ton of rice, and when I do, I try to kind of have a mix. Sometimes eat white, sometimes eat brown, so that's what I do, and that was probably way too long to say about pasta. My one non-gluten-free item is this pie crust from Immaculate Baking. And this does have wheat flour as the first ingredient. I bought this at Whole Foods. This does not have, you know, hydrogenated oils, artificial colors. It's actually hard to find these kinds of things without artificial colors. They add yellow dye to like everything. Apparently, people want their pie crusts and biscuits and things to be really yellow because they have the need to add dye to them. So this is good, you know, if you are okay with gluten. And I like this. It's a good pie crust. The only thing is you really have to leave it out at room temperature for a while, for like half an hour, so that when you roll it out, it's gonna roll out nicely. Because the first time I just waited like a few minutes and I didn't read the instructions, and when I was rolling it out, it all like cracked and broke, and I was like, this is the worst pie crust ever. And then I read the instructions and I was like, oh. So next time I waited and then it was fine. So just keep that in mind. And the next thing is the cereal from Nature's Path Organic EnviroKids Corn Puffs Gorilla Munch. These are wonderful in terms of ingredients. Cornmeal, evaporated cane juice, sugar, and sea salt. That's it. 3 ingredients, which is fantastic. So I really like that cereal, but there's another cereal that I like even better. It is just like that. It's little puffs, little corn puffs, but they're Whole Foods brand, so like the 365 brand, and they are peanut butter flavored, which usually I would be like, because I don't like peanut butter things that are peanut butter flavored, but those actually are really good. They don't taste like, I really hate those Reese's peanut butter cups, and they don't taste like that kind of peanut butter. So I really like that Whole Foods brand of puffs, and they're also organic, but they are a little bit softer, because these, if you like really crunchy and like hard and doesn't get soggy in your cereal, you might like these better. But the Whole Foods ones, they're like a little bit softer. These, I feel like I'm eating croutons, like they're so hard. So I really like the Whole Foods ones better, and the Whole Foods ones have less sugar per however much. I figured it out. These have in 3/4 of a cup 8 grams of sugar, and Whole Foods, I forget how much, but they had less. They might have had 6 grams. So I like those better. I didn't save the box to show you, but I did save the box from this, so I figured I would show it to you and just tell you about the other ones. Next is crackers. So one box, unfortunately, I threw out, but I wrote down what they were called. They were called Vanz gluten-free multigrain crackers, and the ones I got, they were like onion something, and they're like these tiny little crackers that are, gosh, I don't even know what that shape is called, but they're just little tiny snack crackers, and they were really good. And so I got them, and I liked them, and then I realized that they have yeast extract in the ingredients, and I was like, that is ringing a bell as something to avoid, and I Googled it, and that is a hidden source of MSG. That's a way that companies can add MSG, because yeast extract has like a lot of MSG in it, but it's technically not pure MSG, it's yeast extract, so it's like a way that they hide it. So I'm not going to repurchase those crackers, but I really like these crackers. These are the Lentil Crackers, gluten-free. They are made out of lentil flour, and they are imported from Greece. The only thing is these are really plain tasting, so it's funny that I'm going to be like, oh, these are great, but they taste like cardboard. But it kind of is that. Like they don't have a lot of flavor to them, and they do have a little bit of sea salt. But if you're just snacking just on these on their own, you may not enjoy it. But what I like to do is I love to make onion dip. I've been like obsessed with onion dip lately, and I make it myself from scratch. I just buy an onion and sour cream, and I just like cut up and caramelize the onion, and when it's in little tiny pieces, add it to the sour cream. I add some salt and garlic powder, and sometimes I add like a little dollop of mayonnaise, and it makes a really good onion dip, and it's fabulous. And I've been dipping those crackers in it, so it's okay if they're not that flavorful, because they're nice and crunchy, and they make a great dipping cracker. So that is what I wanted to say about those. And then I tried these little dumplings, gluten-free chicken dumplings. Look like this, and I wanted to make soup, like wonton soup. So I had broth, and I thought, well, instead of frying them, I'm just gonna boil them in the broth, and the whole wrapper parts just like completely disintegrated in the broth. So I'm not saying these are bad, they tasted good, but if you are going to buy them and cook them, you may not want to boil them. You may want to pan fry them, or whatever the directions say here, because boiling them kind of makes the wrapper melt away. And then another thing that I've been really loving is oatmeal. I have another bag right now that I have open, but I ate this bag. This is the Bob's Red Mill Organic Old-Fashioned Rolled Oats. And these are fantastic. I'm sure just all oats are fantastic. I don't think that this brand necessarily like tastes better to me than other brands, but I do look for, organic, and I think that this is pretty affordable. I bought it from Vitacost. So one thing that has made me love oatmeal again has been grinding it down to a powder in my Magic Bullet, and then cooking it and adding a little bit. I cook it with milk, and I add quite a bit of milk, so it's almost like soupy, because I don't like it when has actual pieces of oats, like whole oats. I don't like that. And then if you don't add enough liquid and it's like very thick and sticky, I don't like that either. But the way I make it now has made me love it again, and so I've been eating oatmeal a lot for breakfast. Next thing is another thing from Immaculate Baking, and these are their gluten-free chocolate chunk cookies. I kind of was craving cookies really bad. This was probably like 2 months ago. I went off the, eating healthy style that I tried to do, and I ended up buying these. And they are really, really good. They are absolutely delicious. They taste just like you would want your chocolate chunk cookies to taste. They don't have anything weird about them because they're gluten-free. So I highly recommend them. I think they are a great treat, and I really enjoyed them. And something that you should stay away from is this Enjoy Life Crunchy Sugar Crisp gluten-free cookies. So during that time also, I was like, excuse me, I'm going to try, these gluten-free cookies as well. And these are non-GMO Project verified, and these I don't think are. So that's the thing about these, why I would not repurchase them, because they have, let's see, what do they have? They have soy lecithin and canola oil, and corn, soy, and canola. Most of it in the U.S. Is genetically modified. So I've been really trying lately. I mean, I always kind of avoided and bought organic, but every once in a while, I'll buy something like this and I'll be like, oh, it's okay, they're gluten-free. But then it's like, I bet you this canola oil is probably GMO because it doesn't say that it's not. And usually, if it's not, they like to, advertise and write, oh, it's non-GMO, buy me. So I probably wouldn't buy those again unless they got like the non-GMO certification or organic certification. That'd be even better. I just watched this video about GMO and it was horrifying. So that made me be like, oh my gosh, I need to be really careful about avoiding it. So I'm going to leave the link below actually to that video in case you're interested. These are awful. Getting back to these cookies. They have this like aftertaste of dirt. Like literally, if you were ever the kind of kid that tried eating like sand, this is what these taste like. I was shocked because usually, I've tried things before that are like, oh, these aren't that good, but like these are bad. Like, how did they make it into stores? Like, do people like these? And I'm no offense if these are like your favorite cookie. I'm really, really sorry. We all have different taste buds, but I was just surprised. I couldn't even eat these. I could not eat them, so I didn't because I thought they were so gross. But anyway, that's another food item I wanted to show you. And then, let's see, I wrote a few things down that I didn't save the wrappers from. Enjoy Life Dark Chocolate. Awesome. Tastes really good. Is made from chocolate liquor, evaporated cane juice, and cocoa butter. That's it. No, all these weird emulsifier flavor things. None of that. So really great chocolate. Loved it. Thought it tastes just like real chocolate, That was awesome. And home-free cookies. Oh yes, I love those. So next time that I'm really wanting a cookie, I think I'm going to stick with those. I didn't save the box because it's been a long, long time now since I bought them because they're really pricey, but they are sold at Whole Foods and they are sold at Vitacost, and they're actually the same exact price at Vitacost. So there's no advantage to buy them there. But they are, I tried the mini vanilla ones. They're just these tiny little vanilla cookies, crunchy cookies, and they're really good, and they're gluten-free. They're also free of a lot of things. I think like dairy and I forget, but they're made, for people with allergies, so there's like a lot of ingredients that they avoid, and I thought they tasted really good, so I really enjoyed them, and they're just kind of pricey for a box of, there's not that many. They come in like a bag inside the box, and the bag's really not that full, so that's the only thing is the price of them. And let's see what else. One last thing. This is the last one, yes. This is from Dr. Mercola. And these are bars. They're called Organic Coca Cassava Chocolate and Coconut with Chia Seeds Great Tasting Energy Bar. And, they came in this box here. So there was 12 in here, and I forget the exact price, but it was like $25, something around there. So, and then you have to pay shipping unless you have some kind of coupon. So these are really expensive. I wanted to try them because I'm a huge fan of Dr. Mercola, and I take all of his, well, not all, but all of my vitamins and supplements are from him. So I wanted to try these, and I kind of splurged on them one time. and I really, really like them. They taste delicious. The ingredients are fantastic. They've got organic tapioca syrup, which is supposed to be good. Like if you're gonna have, you know, some kind of sugar, that one's supposed to not raise your blood sugar as much as other ones. I love coconut, so that's another big plus for me. Chocolate and coconut, yes please. But I haven't bought them since because I can kind of make, not really something exactly like this because this is like a bar and it's hard to make, but I can make like a coconut chocolate, which I have a recipe for that I've shown before here on YouTube. So I kind of would rather do that, but good ingredients, taste wonderful, nice and soft, chewy bars, so those are great. And I think that is it. I think that is everything that I wanted to talk to you about. Yes, it is. All right, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing my food favorites and fails, and if you like this video, let me know. I will try to do more videos like this in the future. If you enjoy, you know, hearing about food, I'll try and save more boxes for you. So thank you so much. I'm off to go put these in my recycling. Bye.